Vermin. Adrian Bevan, who lived between 1897 and 1960, is not a name that will ring many bells for the present generation in India or even in England, where the Welshman, who had been a miner in his teens, grew to become a formidable labor leader and, as health minister in Clement Attlee's cabinet, architected Britain's National Health Service. Ever aware and never forgetting the miseries and semi starvation that he had known his South Wales community to have faced during his youth, Bevan held the Conservative Party responsible for those privations. On July 4, 1948, the eve of the National Health Services creation, Bevan spoke at a North of England Labour rally in Manchester. In a withering chastisement of the Conservative Party, said the 51-year-old Bevan, no amount of cajolery and no attempts at ethical or social selection can eradicate from my heart a deep burning hatred for the Tory party that inflicted those bitter experiences on me. So far as I am concerned, they are lower than vermin. Vermin. Now that is about rats, no less. The speech has been described as one of the most famous and polarizing insults in British political history. How did the Tory party react? Winston Churchill fumed and urged action against Bevan in the courts. But many Tory supporters laughed and decided to react with great style in scorching humor. They decided to form the Vermin Club, complete with membership procedures and a hierarchy system. They even devised a bronze badge for members to be sold and worn at Conservative Party conferences, where they proudly proclaimed themselves in a graded system based on how many others they recruited to the order as vermin and as wild vermin, and those who recruited more became very wild vermin. The future Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, an early member of the club, rising through its ranks to become a chief rat. The internet tells us that the grassroots organization was massive, boasting a peak membership between 1,05,000 to 1,20,000 before dissolving in 1951 after having served the cause of harmless but fearless satire in politics. In India, the rat is the vehicle of the hallowed and hugely beloved deity Ganesha. But even those who worship the divine figure with the rat portrayed prominently in the depiction will not be pleased if a rat was to invade their home. Indeed, the good old wooden contraption, the rat trap, is one of India's most commonly made domestic contrivances. The ingenious wooden design with a spring that comes down katak no sooner the rodent has bitten the bait has also been available in the next stage of the contrivance's evolution in a cage made wholly of tough wire into which the hungry creature is beguiled. Vermin intelligence and human ingenuity have been well matched through the centuries. Individual rats getting caught, but the general surviving grandly. Such is the dislike of the rat that only the most fervent opposers of non-violence, such as the Jains, would refrain from deploying these devices to save themselves from the rat. There are several collective nouns in use for rats, such as a swarm of rats, a colony of rats, a pack of rats. The best collective noun for them is a mischief of rats that makes them irritating rather than offensive, a trouble rather than danger. The rat brings to mind the greatest rat idiom in English. Like rats jumping out of sinking ship, says the internet. Goes back to antiquity with earliest variants appearing in Pliny the Elder's natural history regarding mice deserting collapsing buildings. Lexical references are ever useful to understand a phrase or an idiom, and so the reader may find it interestingly that Cambridge Dictionary gives as an example for it. Former friends have deserted the couple like rats leaving a sinking ship. And Merriam-Webster gives as example, alas, like rats, they forsake a falling house or a sinking ship. Thank you very much. Bevan held the Conservative Party responsible for the privations. Privatins. Privations means a lack of the basic things like food, shelter that are necessary for an acceptable standard of living. In a withering chastisement of the Conservative Party, Chastisement, chastisement means a severe criticism or punishment. Vermin means small wild animals like rats that carry disease and destroy plants and food. In a cage made wholly of tough wire into which the hungry creature is beguiled. Beguil. Beguile means to charm or enchant someone, often in a deceptive way. Such is the dislike of the rat that only the most fervent apostles of non-violence, like Jains, apostl, apostle means an ardent supporter for a good cause. Thank you very much.